You kind of think that pop stardom is going to be very easy and kind of you can just get up and sing and then you go home, but it's not. You don't think about the promotion that goes on behind it, because when you have a dream you don't want to look at the hard parts of it, you just look at the dream.
It is actually what I've always dreamed of, and I'm slowly starting to feel like a pop star. You know, at the beginning it was like, no, I don't feel like one yet, but now, you know, singing and stuff and performing has made me realise, yeah, we're a pop band now.
It's just been one massive journey, and like literally since we finished the Popstars audition all the way through to now, which is like 4 months later, our feet really haven't touched the ground.
Only 4 months ago I was doing cleaning, and now I'm in a pop band that everybody's talking about and everybody's quite excited about, and that transition is just unbelievable. It's hard to comprehend, really.
I think this is bigger than anyone anticipated. I don't think anyone was properly prepared for it all, to tell you the truth.
The kind of essence of us is just still the same, which I find really refreshing. None of us have turned into monsters yet.
What are they like? What are they like? What are they like? Right.
Danny's my big brother. I really do feel like he's like a brother or something. It's really bizarre. We get on so well, and because we share a room and stuff, we talk a lot, and you know, he's really cool.
What you see is what you get with Danny. Although it has been said that he looks very hard to look at him, but I don't see that, because all I see is his smile. I never see him looking serious. And seeing him on the photographs for the first time with a serious face, and I thought, oh yeah, you can understand why people think he might be a bit of a nasty piece of work, but he's just so lovely, so warm-hearted and kind, and there's no other way. So I think my word for him would be gentle.
He's always happy, always got a smile on his face. No matter what has happened in the day, you'll always see him smiling and looking at the bright side of things. Very positive, really is. I wish I could put that into myself a little bit.
I've been worried, he's gone a bit mad recently. We're just literally driving in the car and he'll just break into laughter for no reason. Because you just go stir crazy. You're always in rooms all the time and it's affecting Danny.
I get obsessed with things, I reckon, which they haven't noticed yet. But, well, at the minute I haven't got them on today, but I'm into ripped jeans, and I bought a pair of jeans and ripped them up. Now, with me, if I have a pair of ripped jeans, I can't have one pair. I have to go and buy loads and loads of pairs. And there's a particular brand of clothes, which I won't say the name, which is on my top. You can see a bit of it. And I can't have one of them, I have to have 5 of them. And that happens with everything. If I like bacon sandwiches, then I have to have 5 bacon sandwiches in a day, which they haven't quite picked up on yet, but I'm sure they will. I always said I was a quiet one in the band. I think that's changed a bit.
He's so not the quiet one of the band. Like people say, yeah, Danny's the quiet one. He's not at all.
Marlene, I've always said from the start, is absolutely amazing. She's so talented. You know, she plays. We're all talented, but she plays loads of different instruments. She can sing, she can dance. She's absolutely amazing. She loves chocolate. Unbelievable. She loves chocolate so much. You would catch her at 12 o'clock at night eating chocolate. She just gets really excited about it.
I like my chocolate, I like my food, I love my food. And like the rest of the band do, you know, there's no crash dieting going on here. And, you know, what I really like about it is that we are so normal.
Mylene, she's so gifted musically. It's unbelievable. And very kind of grounded as well. She'll be the person who least gets caught up in it all.
She's wicked. She's a very, very talented girl. She can be very funny at times as well. She makes me laugh. She can be very sarcastic, and I like that. It's really lovely. And she's great. You know, she's just a really nice person, really nice to talk to.
She's the brains of the band. She's, you know, she's the person I got asked that question actually yesterday. Who would you phone if you were on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Who would you ring? And it would most definitely be Mylene, because she's the one that knows everything about everything.
Kim's more of a morning person, I'm a night person. So she'll go to bed, bless her, she sleeps with the TV on and the lights on. So I just put the blanket over my head. You know, she comes across as a really, really strong person, and she is a strong person. You know, she's a mother of 2 kids, and like, you know, that's a job in itself.
The only part I miss about my before life is the children, but I do get to see them. And it's not going to be forever. It's only going to be for a short time, so then we can all be back together again. and then I'll be wiping bums again.
Straight to the point. You know where you stand straight away. You just know where you stand with her. And obviously she's a mum. She's a great mum. And that kind of her being a mum comes across within the band as well. She's very caring for us. She looks after us. Have you done your washing and all that? If you're sure you've eaten today, and we've got to keep her energy up. She's really good, and she's got a wicked voice.
She has smelly feet at times when she doesn't wear socks with the trainers.
Ah, they don't smell anymore. My feet don't smell anymore. Okay, describe me. I'd say I'm loud. I'm very loud. But then again, you probably all know that. I can be funny. I've got quite a short temper. Very short fuse. If I've got something to say, I'll say it. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't mince my words. I'm very straight to the point, very blunt. And sometimes that gets mixed up with being nasty. And I'm certainly not nasty. I don't ever intentionally mean to hurt anyone. I wouldn't hurt a fly. But I can be very, straight to the point, very direct. I'm very caring. I think I'm pretty generous. And I've got very smelly feet.
Kim would be the loud one, definitely. She's gobby, but I think she's one of the strongest as well for, stepping into this venture and leaving 2 children behind and stuff. Is such a brave move, but it's going to be so good for them at the end of it.
Noel's the comic of the band. He's very funny. He's very witty, and he makes you feel better. He's the first one for a hug if you're not feeling yourself. He's great. He's just such a funny bloke, such a very funny bloke. If he didn't make it as a pop star, he could always be a comedian.
If you could describe me, I would probably be the Welsh one. No, I don't know. I can be quite gobby. I like to take the mick out of people. I like to impersonate people. I just find it really funny.
He sings in his sleep, he talks in his sleep, but I just go, shut up, and just turn over and go to sleep. So I'm quite used to that now.
Sleepwalk, I sleep talk. Danny hates that. He used to be really freaked out by it when we first moved into the house, but now he'd just go, shut up! What?
It's really weird that we share a room and we come from the same backgrounds and we wanted the same things, except he probably wanted to do singing before I did, and I only found out 3 years ago. But he's just my best mate in a minute. I couldn't have asked for anyone better in the band.
When he's got things on his mind, he likes to be on his own, which is, fair to say. But most of the time, he's loud, he's leery, he's funny, he's the comedian of the band. He's just wicked, it's cool.
He's a witty guy. I've got a lot of respect for him because he's very clever. Very clever guy, very kind, loves his family and is protective over the group. He's got his head screwed on. And I think you can see that. He's got his head screwed on. Got a lot of time for people. I love him a lot. I think he's a wonderful guy. He's a good guy.
Suzanne is very quirky, very funny. She makes me laugh so much. She just makes me laugh. She's really sweet.
I have my moments where I'm quiet, and I also have my moments where I'm loud and strange, and I'll just come out with anything, depending on what mood I'm in.
She's always on the phone. Always, always, always on the phone, no matter what. She'll probably have her interview in a minute and the phone will ring. And she's got an annoying ring on her phone. It's the Flintstones, and every time it rings, I think, oh, Suzanne.
I like my telephone. I think I'd have to not live if I didn't have my telephone.
She's the baby of the group, but there's sort of no age, there's no age hierarchy. It doesn't work like that. We're all sort of just piling together. And always on the phone, always.
That's my pride and joy.
Susie is just a bit of everything, really. She can be funny, she can be moody, she can be gentle, she can be kind. She's just a really good mixture. I think she just blends in very well with the rest of us. Because you can't have everybody just shouting and screaming all the time like me and Noel.
She's such a lovable character, and she's so kind of wacky, and I love her to bits as well. Everybody contributes something to the band, which makes that machine work. It's not like 2 people are too similar, or people do, like Kim will say that we're very similar, but we're not. It's just that we're both gobby, So yeah, I think everybody contributes something, or everybody has. Did I bring my phone up with me?
Clearly.
How bad is that? Can I just answer it? Sorry. Hello?
From a series of open auditions, Popstars will bring together 5 undiscovered talents to create a new and exciting band.
We've all...
And from first auditions through to the release of their single, the cameras will follow them every step of the way.
She's got a new addiction for every day and night.
Sheridan can't sing, can he?
She's living the vida loca, come on, she's living the vida loca.
Good, thank you. It's difficult at this time of the morning to get excited about that, isn't it?
She'll make you take your clothes off and go dancing in the rain. She'll make you live her crazy life. She'll take away your pain like a bullet to your brain. Come on!
Upside, inside out.
Living the vida loca. She'll push and pull you down. Living the vida loca. Her lips are devil red and her skin's the color of mocha. She will wear you out, living the vida loca. Na 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 vida loca. Na 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 vida loca. La 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 vida.
The touch of your hair says you catch me wherever I fall.
Next, the smile on your feet.
Go from the smile on your face lets me know that you love me.
The smile on your face lets me know that you love me.
It's a bit like going pearl diving. You can open up a lot of oysters and find nothing in there, and then you find one and you go, yes, thank you.
Exactly right.
And it is well worth it then.
The smile on your face lets me know that you need me.
And David with the Robbie Williams eyes.
Good voice.
Great timing.
Because they're all frightened of that quiet bit where they've got to wait for the beats. They're all frightened and they all
Give it space. I've got a lot of respect for that because it must be very difficult.
You say it best when you say nothing at all.
We've got to all stick together. Good friends are there for each other. Never ever forget that I got you and you've got me. So reach for the stars. Climb every mountain higher. Reach for the stars. Follow your heart's desire. Reach for the stars. And when that rainbow's shining over you, that's when your dreams will all come true.
And to it all, she offers me protection.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
So is that a no then?
I think Nick's a no.
And down the waterfalls, wherever she may take me. I don't...
This could be like Japanese water torture. We get together, all of the people that sing angels out of tune, and force somebody we hate to listen to them.
When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby.
We think he's a bit of a cocky bugger, but okay.
There's something entertaining about it.
Yeah.
I just want to be on the telly and stuff and give it loads.
Hi, I'm Suzanne.
And I'm Casey.
Hello. And we're all a bunch of madheads. When the world leaves you feeling blue, you can count on me. I will be there for you when it's...
Suzanne, I think, was a very good, lovely little performer. You could almost see her in Escape 7, couldn't you?
Yep. Right, definitely want her back.
Good.
show you. We've got all stick together. I think the judges are looking for personality more than anything. Maybe looks, and then I'd say voice was the last thing. That's my thoughts on it. So.
Suzanne's wrong, and the next day her voice gives her problems.
And off you go.
We've got all stick together, good friends there for each other. Never ever forget that I got you and you've got me, so rich for the stars. Climb every mountain high and reach for the stars. Follow your heart's desire and reach for the stars. And when that rainbow's shining over you, that's when your dreams will all come true.
She's got a nice look, good-looking girl. She definitely performed well. I wasn't sure how strong her voice was. You could probably lose her very quickly on the next phase.
If she strengthens up, you wouldn't lose her.
Yeah. Are you happy with that, Nick?
I'm happy with that, yeah.
I've never been to like this sort of audition before when people watch it. You sort of go in and it's sort of personal, so you're not as nervous. But when people watch it, it's really, really, really nerve-wracking.
Once more, you open the door, and you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on and on.
I've been doing this sort of thing now since I was 10, and I'm 24. So you don't go through 14 years of nearly getting there and being knocked back for things and crying over things, and you know, I've gone through a lot of things in my life on a personal level as well as professionally, and you learn from your mistakes, you learn from things that you've done, you just, you know, and I think the best thing about life is the experience for me, and I think definitely, you know, that's helped, the fact that I haven't always got it and I haven't always come first and I haven't always won, because you tend to get big-headed. So yeah, definitely. I'm glad I struggled all those years. It's just been a great opportunity for me to do what I'm doing now.
The judges were so impressed with the quality in London that they've decided to take an extra 15 people to Birmingham.
Wicked. It's really absolutely wicked at the minute. I'm the kind of person that sits down and thinks about things before I go into them, because if I'd have got into this and I didn't like it, it would probably affect my whole life, because not only would I have got in the band and then left, I'd have always been looking on the outside, and then whoever came in and took my place, I'd looked at and said, they're performing on the Brits, that could have been me.
Cardiff is the final destination on the tour.
Like a bullet to your brain, come on! Upside, inside out! Living la vida loca. She'll push and pull you down. Living la vida loca. Her lips are devil red. Skin's the color of mocha. She will wear you out. Living la vida loca. She living la vida loca. She living la vida loca. Come on!
What do you say? What a great performance at this time of the morning. Well done.
No problem.
The judges like Peter's voice, but he needs to be careful.
Obviously, he's through. He's got, you know, we'll see how good his voice is later on. You know, got a big personality.
And when he comes back the next day, competition is tough.
And it's just like the ocean under the moon. It's the same as the emotion that I feel for you, 'cause you got the kind of loving that would be so smooth, yeah. Give me your heart and make it real, or else forget about it.
Noel, who sang that?
Carlos, it was Santana.
Santana.
Yeah.
We love Noel.
Brilliant.
Getting back to the job in
Biggest
hand,
cheer of the
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Biggest cheer of the day. Very popular.
It feels like that was a different life altogether, because I suppose like everybody moves on from things they've done, and we've gone through that whole audition process, but it's all been documented, so, you know, it makes a big difference. But it's really peculiar kind of watching it back and thinking, oh my God, did I wear that, or did I say that, or did I do that?
Well done, lads. You're all coming to Birmingham.
It's taken 6 weeks, 10 cities and endless hours of audition time. But the first round of auditions are over. From the thousands who turned up, only 163 will be going on to the next stage in Birmingham.
Congratulations, everybody, for being here. As you know, we've seen thousands, but the talented ones are here, and we're grateful you are here. Yeah, really. The bad news is we've got to lose around 130 of you.
Despite the pressure, the hopefuls are in good spirits.
Ready for anything that's thrown at me.
It's going to be hot competition today.
Apart from somebody's underpants.
It seems like such a long time ago, the audition experience. I mean, obviously, when you watch it and you can remember a lot of it vividly when you watch it again. But what's strange is that no matter how many times you watch it, you never ever get the intensity of how heavy it was. You never get how emotional it was. It doesn't come across on the TV. I mean, it does, you know, and you hear like the feedback, how people have been in tears over it and things. But to actually have been there and to remember the feeling and how heavy everyone felt and everything and how tiring it was, you never ever get that from, you know, watching it.
All right, let's have...
Singing coach Annie Skates, who's worked with the likes of Madonna and the Spice Girls, has taken half the group to teach them their audition song.
Oh, Monday, Monday, how could you leave?
It's oh, Monday, Monday, how...
Within minutes, everyone's practicing, even in the corridors.
Monday, Monday, so good to me. I hoped it could be. Oh, Monday morning couldn't guarantee that Monday evening you would still be here with me.
Karaoke host Chapman got through the first audition on his singing talent alone. But he's worried about the new challenge in this audition, dance.
Yeah, I understand the dance part's important, but I don't think you buy records to hear someone dance. Do you know what I mean? You don't buy a record to hear someone dance. I mean, you watch a video to see someone in a video maybe. You buy a record to listen to the singer.
In the singing room, Joseph from Belfast is psyching himself up to give his best performance.
There's not a word you can describe of how much you're going to give. 100, 200, 300, if there's any... I mean, it's unlimited here.
Monday, Monday, sometimes it just turns out that way.
Why do you want to be in the band, and what strengths do you think you'll bring to the band?
Just me, I've got a great talent. I'm very talented. My stage presence is excellent. You know, I'm brilliant with people. I'm brilliant working with other people, you know. I don't know. I think the public love me at the moment at what I do. What I do, I am good at what I do. And when I go out there, the public love me and the public enjoy what I give to them.
What are you doing at the moment?
I'm just club singing, no music.
Good. All right. I'm happy.
Yes, am I, yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Danny.
You're going to go back and join the...
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Thank you. Bye.
He was just too in my face. I want to calm down.
Wouldn't you be the same? What are you going to do?
And you can have
We're not bank managers. We're looking at them for performance, so they're coming in and they're giving you plenty.
And also-
I think it's very difficult that you then turn around and say it's too in your face, because they're going to be in your face. That's what it's about here.
Didn't fancy him. Maybe it's a taste thing. We'll see. Let's do a few more. Let's see. I didn't fancy him.
But I don't want to turn anybody away at the moment that you haven't even seen sing or dance or anything. And you're turning them down because you said he was in your face. I don't know what you expect from them this morning.
I didn't like him. Didn't like him. Not being in my group.
She's giving it plenty. Look at her, lighting the room up. Big smile.
I'm impressed with her, because look what she's got on, and you just think, go for it, girl. Proud of who she is.
5 for now. She's got a great voice, hasn't she?
She rocked the room.
knackered.
Terrific personality.
So I'm fat, that's my problem.
Fabulous, thank you. All stay.
With Claire through, it's Chapman's chance to find out if practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
One time only, people, put your heart and soul into it. Let's go.
And boy on the left looks like a gorilla dancing.
See, one of the most important things for us that they can cut it live.
Right, okay.
But obviously they've got to be able to move to sell themselves, the track.
It's one of the worst movers we've had here.
Chapman has done his best. Now he must wait and see.
That was horrible. That was horrible.
It's decision time, and Nigel calls some auditionees into the middle of the room.
L107.
They don't know if they are staying or going.
M153.
Peter is anxious as his number's been called.
Okay, go and grab some lunch. You're going to be staying with us.
Chapman's out and won't even get the chance to sing.
Listen up, everybody else. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Can you stand in the same? Can you stand in the
Can we go through
order?
them in order?
Oh, thanks.
BF1?
BF1 stay. That's all I'm hoping. That's all I want to know. BF1 stay, nothing else.
Do you want to let BF1 go? Because I did, but Nigel doesn't, so...
Well, I'm not going to fight for any one of these groups, so... Next band, please.
Joseph has got competition, as Noel from Cardiff has caught Nigel's eye.
Noel really hasn't got a good look, and more importantly, it's a great voice as well.
After hearing everyone sing, the judges separate the room into two groups.
Can I have, over here against the firing line, the wall, C2, please.
One group is staying for lunch, the other will travel straight home.
S55, S27, G97, N64, BF6. Okay, go and grab some lunch. You're staying with us.
Noel has got through to the next stage. Joseph hasn't. As soon as possible, the news, good or bad, is phoned home.
Hello, Mummy? No, son. No.
I'm staying.
Just eating me up, like, you know? Why I give everything 110%. Everything I give 10.
Has she fallen on the floor? She's on the floor, is she? She's on the floor.
I'm not joking. I'm telling you the truth, right? See, when I was getting, you know, when they're doing a thing, the ones that weren't even doing any good at all, didn't even look right, didn't even do anything right at all, them is the ones that got through. So what type of justice is it?
Before all of this, I was just working as a waiter in a bar and, you know, just think about when my next shift was and I might have a couple of days off a week or whatever. Just plodding along, kind of making plans to move to London and audition, but they were only ever plans. It was like, yeah, well, at the end of January, I'm going to move to London and I'll do this and I'll do that and, you know, I'll get a bar job to support myself and then I'll go out and see what I can do. And then suddenly it's like, no, come on, get up, it's 8 o'clock, we've got to go to a photo shoot, then an interview, then we're going to record in the studio, then afterwards we're going to meet with Paul A&R Man, go through records. Then you might get a couple of hours sleep if you're lucky, then you're going to get up tomorrow and we're going to get you in the car and travel you 4 hours down the road to shoot the video, which is going to last for 15 hours. And it's mental, but it's all kind of to kind of hit that goal.
It's the end of the day. There's 103 hopefuls remaining. Only 60 will be coming back tomorrow. Once again, the room is split into 2 groups. Nobody knows who's in and who's out.
We're going to thank you very much. We're not going to ask you to stay with us today.
Does that mean this or what? Look around you, because the band is in this room. And that's quite serious now. Tomorrow, you guys have really, really got to start concentrating. What I need to see is performance.
I think when it got serious was like on the second day of Birmingham when we were left with about 60. And Nicky Chapman said, look around you because the band is in this room. And we'd always known it, but it was just when she said it, everyone just sort of went, oh, yeah. Like, it just made you realise how serious it really was, you know.
So please, 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 no sex, drugs and rock and roll tonight.
It's 11:45, and ignoring Nigel's warning, Mark, Suzanne, Kim and Emma decide to head off for some real rock star behaviour.
You strip off first then. Come on, show us what you've got. Yeah, come on, we want to see your nipple ring.
This is why I want to be a pop star.
1 a.m, and all the commotion has alerted hotel security. Everyone's told to return to their rooms.
We're in big trouble. So all these hooligans came knocking on the door. Yeah. And it was these people. These strange gentlemen.
Message from Kim's boyfriend. Good night, sexy.
Let's have a look.
It is really, I swear.
Stupid idiot.
It's time for another drink.
Well, that's just because he loves me. What?
An idiot.
It's not at all. He wouldn't cheat on me. What's he want beef burgers for when he's got steak at home? There was an incident in Birmingham where I stayed up late. It wasn't that late, though. It wasn't that late, and they made it worse than it was. They're very clever in the editing suite, you know. They do what they want to do. And they made it look much worse than it was. But I sort of stayed up late-ish, and I had a sore throat anyway, so it didn't help. But it taught me a lesson, and that was, if you're not well, look after your voice. But it was quite funny, though. I did think I was funny.
Day 2 in Birmingham, and make or break for the final 60 auditionees.
Good morning.
At the hotel, the late night has had a bad effect on Kim.
Not good this morning. My throat is totally gone. I can't believe it. I'm just absolutely gutted. I had the worst night's sleep of my life. Just totally keep waking up. Oh, I'm shattered.
The fact of the matter today is no matter how great we think this bunch are, 50% of them are going to go home.
I've got a really sore throat and can hardly talk, but they've given me the low part, which is good, because I told him when I went in, I told him that I had a bad throat, and so he gave me the low bit, so I was really kind of him. But this is really difficult, and to have to do it with, I mean, it'd be all right if it was just on its own, but to have to do it with the dance routine as well is going to be really tough.
The groups have had only 5 hours to learn the new harmony and the dance routine to go with it.
For professionals, this process of auditioning would be very difficult. So for these kids, it's a massive challenge.
Almost everyone is feeling the strain.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do that and sing at the same time.
No, I'm not like that. I can't do it. I can't sing and dance at the same time.
This is when we're going to make our final decision. We've got a few ideas, haven't we?
And there could be a few juggles now, but we're nearly there now. This is the definitive time now.
Listen up,
The big moment is here. It's time for the final judgment.
Can we have group number 1, please?
Yeah, the bed runs right from A to Z. Conversations, hesitations in my mind. Conversations I can't find. Sorry.
Oh, keep going, go on, keep going. One of the girls help her out. Come on, the rest of you sing. Come on.
It's tough for Sally. She's looking for help from other group members, like Miley.
Wouldn't you think with the lead vocal like that just dried and you'd been rehearsing it all day, that you'd chip in and at least help her out?
Well, Mylene was worried about Myleen's vocal.
For Darius's group, the pressure is really on. Kim's throat needs to last a few minutes longer, and Darius wants to get the best out of their performance.
This is it, you know, we've either got to meld, form, flow into this band and bounce off each other, or we don't. We're just 5 dysfunctional people singing and bopping at different times. So this is it. We'll see how it goes.
Sometimes vocabulary runs through my head. The alphabet runs right from A to Z. Conversations, hesitations in my mind. You got my conscience.
Kim's voice seems to be holding up under the judges' scrutiny.
Crazy. I'm sure I have done nothing wrong. Now I'm just waiting. 'Cause I heard that this feeling won't last that long. Sorry about my throat, by the way.
I think you've really got to go on performances here more than anything else, because I think it's a really tough one.
My throat was cracking up now. Every time I could hear my frog in my throat, I got more nervous. And then I missed things on the dance routine. I was like, oh, God, they're going to hate it now.
We thought we knew it perfectly, and as soon as you bring it together, it's completely different.
I hope that was good enough. If not, that's it, innit? Fingers crossed.
Laura Edwards. Lizzie G.
27 names are called to go into another room. Nobody knows for sure who's through to the next round.
Very tough, I don't know what to say. Very, very tough. Because, you know, everyone we're going to let go now can sing. There's a few that I like, that we still like, but we obviously... This is very tough. Very, very tough.
Nigel has been nominated to deliver the news, good or bad.
You have to know that our decisions today are based on the last 2 days. It's not on the last thing that you've done, not on the last audition. And it's been tough. You've all worked really, really hard over the last 2 days. And I'm really, really happy to say you're all coming to...
In the next room, tension is high as they wait for news.
We're not going to be asking you to come to London. What you do have to know is that you are extremely talented people to be here. Really sorry, guys and gals. You know, really sorry.
It's hard to believe that in a year's time there'll be 5 people in this room who are superstars.
Our 3 judges have only a week to decide who's got the right ingredients. They'll be interviewed individually to find out what makes them tick.
How would you describe yourself?
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
They'll be tested to see how they bond and work as a team.
To the right, yeah.
There's a mock press conference to see if they'll crack under media pressure.
Would you ever pose naked for one of the men's mags?
Depends how much money I'd get.
And once again, they'll be constantly asked to perform. At the end of each day, everyone will be given feedback. Anyone who doesn't make the grade will be sent straight home. At a central London hotel, the wannabe pop stars arrive, excited about the week ahead.
I'm right now.
Well, I go to bed about 10 o'clock every night, but last couple of nights I haven't been able to sleep. Been waking up thinking, London is coming. Oh my God, excitement.
butterflies coming. I have to watch the TV.
I've been up since 7:30 for some reason. I could have had a lie-in and everything and didn't.
Everybody here is absolutely exceptional in my eyes. They've all got as far as me.
Through there and some jack.
Pretty soon they pick out faces they remember from previous auditions.
Hey, your mates there?
Hi. Hi, guys.
And it starts again.
She says he loves me.
I mean, look at him now. He's well up for it.
Except I'm not.
It's going to be a tough time for them, and the pressure's here. You know, every single day they've got to deliver, they've got to perform, and by the end of the week, I'm sure it'll be taking its toll on some of them.
With the hopefuls all settled into the hotel, the judges have thrown a welcome party at the London studios. Tomorrow, the tough process of auditioning will begin. Tonight, it's time to relax and get to know each other.
I didn't think I'd get through to like this 30. I thought I'd be going then, and then when I got through, I thought, I must be doing something right.
I just didn't feel that I could be as loud as everybody else, and every time cameras were turning on to people, they were just turning into monsters, and I was just thinking, that's not what I'm about. So I didn't think I'd last very long, but obviously they were looking for the people who weren't turning into monsters when the cameras were on.
Tomorrow, the hard work begins. So the hopefuls head back to the hotel to sleep. Some are more relaxed than others.
I have had far too much gin and juice, and I am feeling like a bit of an idiot now. But at the moment, I'm in that stage where I don't care about being an idiot, and tomorrow I will be in the stage where I care.
And Darius is already regretting partying so hard. After last night's party, it's an early start to a grueling week for our wannabe pop stars. Warren's just returned from a holiday in Los Angeles, and despite his bravado, the trip's taking its toll.
See, while I was away in LA, I got sick, and I had to turn down a few people going out a couple of nights because I had to just stay in and try and get better. But it's still there a little bit.
At the rehearsal room, the hopefuls warm up for the day ahead, while the judges prepare for a tough week.
We need to get down to our final band as quickly as possible, but without missing anybody out.
And from the second they walk in, on the Monday morning, we're going to be looking at them.
This is putting them under the microscope. How they deal with this is going to be interesting.
Everyone gets into the swing of things, except for one of the 33, Darius. He woke up feeling ill and wants the day off.
You need a lot of care and attention.
I don't...
You're not going to get it here.
I appreciate it. Now, if you want me to work today, I can and I will, and I will be 200%.
What happens if you were on the world tour and you're in Malaysia?
Yeah.
What would you do?
I'd go on stage.
You did a lot of jumping around and dancing last night.
And maybe
that's the time when you should have rested, not when it actually comes down to work.
The middle, I want top voice here and middle voice.
When the band is finally formed, it's vital that their voices blend well together. In order to assess this, singing coach Annie Skates and music director Trevor Brown are teaching a new 5-part harmony. But with a cold passing through the group, some are finding it difficult.
I tell you, the amount of pills I've had this week, so far, you'd think I'd have gone through a Boots chemist.
It's like, oh God, come on. Get a grip of yourself, but what can you do about it when you come down with a throat infection? But I try my best, and you know.
It's amazing how if you have a really important audition coming up, the night before suddenly you've got the worst throat, feels like it's closing up, you just feel like you've got the whole symptoms of flu, and as soon as the audition's over, it's gone. Psychosomatic flu.
Even those that are ill must perform, and the judges are looking for reasons to let people go.
We made up our own harmony by accident, right? And now I've got that stuck in my head, and I'm singing the old harmony, and that's not cool. We've got to sing the right harmony, or I'm out. Damn!
When
As well as their vocal ability, the judges want to know what makes them tick. Author Maria Malone will interview each of them individually to find out more about their characters.
I think I've been given a gift, and I think it'd be a sin if I didn't share that with people.
I've got a concern that my weight is a little bit over what I should be, because looking out there, everybody is so slim, and I just feel a little bit conscious.
There's so many rumours going on about me. Like, apparently I'm living in a tent somewhere, which is just hilarious, and I laugh, I do, and apparently I'm gay.
But for now, the most important thing for the judges is how everyone performs as part of a group. Having seen everyone perform, the judges must now decide which hopefuls haven't made the grade and will be sent straight home.
It's easy to make the decision. It's difficult to explain why. Without hurting their feelings, without killing what they've already got.
In a separate room, the hopefuls wait anxiously for news. Everybody will be called one at a time to sit before the judges and face possible rejection. For the very first time, even those that make it will be given criticism. They will then have 24 hours to improve, or they too will be sent home. The judges are pulling no punches.
Hi, Warren.
Hi, Warren.
Take a seat, please.
How are you feeling?
Jet lagged.
How do you think you did today?
I think I did all right.
I didn't think you sang anywhere near as well as I think you can sing. And it's getting a difficult time now. We've got to make these decisions.
Okay.
So we want you to concentrate on it and do better tomorrow.
Oh my God.
So keeping my fingers crossed, because this is like winning yourself a lottery ticket, basically.
You didn't stand out for me so much today. You have got a good voice, but I kept missing you today, which is obviously isn't no use really.
Right.
But you need to have more confidence in your voice and to project more.
That's exactly how I felt today.
Okay. Yeah. But it did get better.
You need to try and lose that vibrato for me a little bit to smooth that out a little bit.
Right, okay.
It makes it very thin if you do that. It doesn't blend in so well.
Okay.
I'd like to see you again tomorrow.
Brilliant. Oh, thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you.
But we are going to ask you to stay, and we do want you to come back tomorrow.
Thank you so Thank you very much.
We're not going to ask you to come back tomorrow. Quite frankly, the movement was not good today, James.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for all the hard work you've done for us.
Thanks very much.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you, James.
Cheers, James. All the best.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Where's that goodbye kiss? Don't want to go in.
I'm 205. All right.
See, this is why I made sure I didn't get through.
I didn't think I was going to get through.
We are looking for reasons to let people go. We're going to give you the opportunity tomorrow.
I got in, man. I got in. Go on, man.
They were not happy with me, man.
Hi, Darius.
Hi.
Take a seat, please.
The judges are worried about Darius's attitude.
There is something about confidence that is different than cockiness.
I think that some people judge me as being arrogant, and that whenever I want to get something, I try and get it. And also, I think I've realized, along with a lot of the others, that we're not competing against each other. And it took me a long time to learn it.
Well, I'm watching that change occur, and I like it. And I think we're all very happy with what you've done today, and we'd love to see you again tomorrow. But just be aware of that.
In one day, 5 out of the 33 have gone. Tomorrow, the judges must lose even more if they're to reach their target of 10 by the end of the week. Yesterday, the judges gave everyone feedback. Suzanne was told she must strengthen her voice in order to stay.
I'm feeling like I'm really going to mess up the singing today because my voice has gone even worse and I don't know what to do about it. I really don't. I've just tried singing and I'm like, it's too weak. It's really too weak. So, I don't know what to do. I really don't. I might as well just go home now. I should just pack my stuff up. I feel like crying. There was a part when I did the auditions that they came and interviewed me in the morning in the hotel, and I looked dreadful. I looked really rough, and I really wish they hadn't shown that. I really was like, just for my own vanity.
At the rehearsal rooms, today brings a tough challenge. Everyone must sing a solo to remind the judges how they sound unaccompanied. After being told yesterday his voice wasn't up to scratch, Warren finds a quiet place to practice.
Hills and oceans tremble.
My throat's been messing me around, and I'm just not going to allow that to basically affect me. I just want to get in there and give my best. No excuses, no, crying, no whinging, and just give everything I got.
Everyone must sing a song of their choice to camera so the judges can assess their voice and their performance.
Oh, darling, I was blind to let you go. Instead, I heard it through the grapevine. Yeah, rhythm is gonna get you tonight. Do 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 do.
You got the kind of loving that can be so smooth, yeah.
Give me your heart and make it real, or else forget about it.
Feeling ill with a temperature, Darius takes the stage with one of his own songs.
But before we make it, come on and get down, let's shake it. Baby, then we break it down. This is your shakedown.
I think he wanted to show off his songwriting ability as well. Yeah.
Good, well sung, nevertheless.
It's so much harder, though, to judge a track you don't know. Yeah.
Sit down.
The judges are impressed by his voice, but have other concerns.
You can, and we really don't mind what songs you sing if you want to sing your own songs. However, it makes it far easier for us to judge you on a song that we know. And maybe you're not giving yourself a fair chance by doing other songs.
Warren has spent all day practicing a song he sings in church, rather than a pop song.
Oh Lord, you're worthy, worthy of our praise. Alpha and Omega, name above all names. Jesus, you're worthy, worthy of our praise.
If there is any way that you can do a contemporary song, for me personally, I'm not asking for anyone else, but for me, I would love to hear it. I don't know whether you want a few more minutes to think about it.
Nikki's quite right. We should hear a song that you might be singing in the band.
I was so confident. I was so confident that, I was going to sing well today. And I did, I know I did. But just the fact that it wasn't good enough, that I had to, that I had to go and work on something else. And I don't really know that many songs. And You know, maybe it's my own preparation I've come into this audition. I know that.
After being told yesterday to strengthen her voice, Suzanne has thought long and hard about what song to sing.
I'm going to keep it low so it's strong, because I said it was a little bit with my voice. I want to hear it stronger today, so that's what I'm doing, and I've decided, and I'm just numbing my throat with lozenges now. I'm like that, or with all the water, drinking it all. Oh, I'm really nervous. So I just have to see how it goes, fingers crossed.
But my heart is saying no. If you wanna be with me, baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle. You gotta rub me the right way.
I don't know why she chose that song, because that is a low song. She's obviously, you know, sung it in more or less the same key as the record. And she hasn't got a low voice, so she was losing it at the bottom. So why choose that song to do? Choose something higher. I think her voice lies higher than that.
Apologies to the judges if the last tune was...
Don't worry, what are you going to sing for us,
I'm going to
Darius?
sing your favourite, Nigel, Baby One More Time. Nobody else sang it. This is from, I mean, I know Ian and
Darius,
Raymond know.
Darius, forget the spiel. Let's get on with the song. Okay, mate.
My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe, when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign, hit me, baby, one more time. Baby, hit me one more time.
He has talent, but I'm not sure if he's the right sort of person to fit into a 5-piece band, or even a 100-piece band.
To do something like he's just done there, which is a complete show-off that doesn't work, is crazy.
It was amazing to see that, you know, Hearsay the band was sort of like singing together on Tuesday in Brixton, and it was good. But we've come a long way since then. We've come a long way since then.
Oh, Monday morning, good guarantee.
Meanwhile, the judges are in a separate room, comparing notes and deciding which hopefuls haven't made the grade and will be sent home.
She has got a good strong
She
voice.
has got a voice.
And she looks sensational.
Monday, can't trust that thing.
Darius, I've got to say that I was very disappointed in
He tried so hard, and we did say to him yesterday, don't try so hard, you've got the ability, don't try so hard. And I think today he just tried too hard.
It is an exceptional voice, though. That's what you've got to take into account. It is an exceptional voice. Do we give him another opportunity? Suzanne, she sang Genie in a Bottle today. Bit of a weak voice. I think she was in the wrong key.
It has no strength, does it?
No.
If you're doing the high range, you often don't need, you know,
That's going to cut
loud
through
voice.
for itself, yeah.
Yeah, which is reassuring to hear, because, you know, we are keeping quite a close eye on her, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, Warren. Again, I was disappointed with Warren today. He's done 2 hymns for us now, and obviously the pop band, I'm not going to sing hymns. Sang them very well.
It's a real borderline for me, Warren. As I said, I wasn't impressed today at all.
Okay, well, let's watch a little bit more.
Okay.
And then make our decision.
Decide later on.
That Monday evening, you would still be here with me.
Let's get the first one in, please.
The judges have made their decisions. Everyone will be called in one by one and told if they're through to another day, or if it is the end of the road.
I thought, well, you know, you can only do your best, and if it's not good enough, then it's not good enough for what they're looking for, and you can't change the way you are to suit their needs, you know. If they like you for what you're doing, then fine. So I thought there's no point stressing out over the Green Mile, because, you know, I just didn't see the point. It was upsetting to see people being turned down, but yeah, well, I took it in my stride, and that's surprising because usually I'm the type of person who'd go, oh my God.
I'm not too positive about what's happened today, so... But hey, life goes on.
Somebody's going to come through.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be all roses.
I know.
And I feel like I sung well today. And I don't see any reason for me going home. So if I do, Nigel, I hate you!
Warren. My worries are your personal choice of music, okay? And at this stage where we've got to let people go, we're using everything like this to home in on and make our decisions. When we did Monday, you sang it really well, and we're going to ask you to stay with us.
That small voice has to come through.
Right. And it's getting tough, isn't it?
It is. It is harder because we're having to hone in on people. However, you did much better this afternoon. Would love to see you again tomorrow, but keep working at it.
I will do.
Yeah?
All right, thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you. God, they put me through pain.
And at this moment in time, we don't think you're right for a pop band.
Really, in
Yeah.
general?
Yeah, for a band.
Yeah. All right, well...
I'd
thank
keep
you for
my
your
options
time.
open, because
No,
you've got
I'm-
a very good voice and you're a good performer,
Yes, you
a
are a
very
good
good
performer.
I got through, but bad feedback. I thought I'd done really good.
Here goes nothing, I hope, and that I get through today and I can prove to the judges that I've got a lot to give that they haven't seen yet.
Hi, Darius.
Hey.
You did a very strange thing today, which was the Britney Spears song.
Give me a sign.
And it did over-egg the cake.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
We do not see you in this pop band. Consequently, we're not going to ask you back tomorrow.
Who wants some love? Come on, come here, don't cry, babe.
During the audition process, the hopefuls have grown close to Darius. News that he's leaving has left them devastated.
I can't believe it. I seriously can't believe it.
Look, for everybody that's crying or has any sympathy or pity, can I tell you don't? Do you know why? Because it's just not our time. And that's it.
It's not that, no,
We've all got talent. How much love is there in this room, yeah? I feel so much energy from you guys.
That's not why we're crying. We're crying because we feel like we've lost something.
I know, but you've
That's
not.
what it is.
Do you know what?
But-
There's nothing to lose from this.
Darius is a survivor in life, and Darius will do whatever Darius has to do to survive. And it wouldn't surprise me if Darius does get a platinum disc within the next 5 years, and I wish him well in getting it.
After an emotional day, it's back to the hotel to relax. Everyone heads to the bar for a goodbye drink. Noel wants to join them, but can't get his mum off the phone.
Bye, Mama. Bye. 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 Love you too. Bye-bye. Bye, Mama. Bye. 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 Hang up. Hang up.
After 2 days of professional voice coaching, the group's potential is shining through. From the thousands of auditionees, the final 23 know how close they are to changing their lives forever.
Monday, Monday.
so good to me.
I really want to be in this band so badly, it hurts. It really does hurt sometimes. I think that's why, like, some nights I wake up in the middle of the night and I think, God, I really want this so badly. I'm going to go and grab this and I'm going to get it. And you, like, get yourself all excited and you can't sleep again.
It's not just the hopefuls who are feeling the pressure. The judges have only 3 days to choose their final 10 and reject another 13 talented performers.
It's going to be tough picking the final 10 and then also very, very tough picking the final 5. We've all got very strong opinions and we should have.
Says, you know, you're nothing less than anybody else out there. Give it your all, you know, you've got a chance to get through. Part of me says, look around you, look how pretty, look how talented the people are in this room. I couldn't get through this lot. So my confidence is sort of sometimes strong and sometimes not. I'm just like that all the time.
Oh, Monday, Monday, how could you leave and not take me?
So far, the judges have been looking at the group as individuals. But to survive the enormous pressures of being in a pop band, they'll have to be able to work as a team. To help, the judges have enlisted psychologist and management trainer Conrad Potts, who specialises in group-building activities. For the first exercise, the group are split into teams and given the task of putting together a wooden puzzle.
Up, under, over. That's it. Come on. No, that's the wrong piece, Sam. It's this one. Slot it in. Come on, come on, come on. We've done it. Come on, yeah!
The next exercise is all about trust, a game where they have to fall into each other's arms. It's all fun and games until disaster strikes.
Whoa.
Okay. Should we stop playing that game now?
You haven't broken it. However, you could have done some damage. You could have cracked it or done a little what's it, but there's nothing that we can do.
Kevin's feeling guilty. Sarah's nose hit his arm, but she seems to be recovering well.
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, it's just the shock of everything, isn't it? You sort of think, right, I'll do this, you know, trust games and trust you all. Then I'm like, oh my God, knock me out. Oh, yeah, I'm all right. It's horrible.
A little bit to your right.
Two girls who seem to work well together are Suzanne and Kim.
Go on, darling, you're all right.
Suzanne directed Kimberly all the way through, and there was, you could see, complete trust from Kimberly in Suzanne's directions. There was a very clear communication, and she made it down really quickly, and no one else had managed it. And since I mentioned this a minute ago, they've then reversed the role, and now Kimberly's talked Suzanne all the way down again. And those two are working really well together.
Oh my God, I'm so scary. I felt something out like that.
Good, okay. I want you to close your eyes, and everybody en masse step forward on your right foot. Open your eyes. That's the end of the Green Mile today. Thank you very much. See you all tomorrow.
To celebrate, the group have gone to the Thames for an evening cruise. It's a chance for them to relax, socialise, and see the sights of London.
We had a brilliant day today, really good fun, and I think that all the exercises that we did brought us much closer together.
The last few days have been not demoralising, but they've been really hard, and people have taken knocks and they've tried to bounce back, but it's still been quite hard. But today was about, I think it was about rebuilding our self-esteem, and it really worked. Everyone enjoyed themselves and enjoyed each other, and I definitely had a good time. So if my time comes tomorrow for the chop, I'm going to walk away happy anyway.
I need to do this. I don't want to spend the rest of my life with a big what-if hanging over us. I need to know whether I could have made it.
Kim and Jessica know that after today's reprieve, twice as many people will be rejected tomorrow, so they decide to practice their vocal harmonies in their room. Raymond and Taz, on the other hand, have hit the hotel bar. Raymond has complained of a sore throat, and Taz has suggested that port is a good cure.
Is that wine or something?
I don't want to get there tomorrow morning and think, oh, hang on a minute, what the hell am I doing?
And I bet you tomorrow we get there and there'll be people going, I forgot that bit, show me that bit, show me that bit. Yeah. And that's because they've been in the bar getting drunk all night.
Suzanne is also nervous about tomorrow and joins Kim and Jessica to practice.
I will drive them all.
Cheers.
It's 1 a.m. and Raymond's drinking his 7th port, but Taz heads for bed. They've all got a big day ahead of them tomorrow. It's the start of another day at the studio, and the teamwork of the day before has lifted everyone's spirits. But despite their newfound unity, at least half the group will be gone by the evening. Taz isn't feeling any of the effects of the night before, unlike Raymond.
Okay. So what's still hurting? Your throat is hurting to swallow?
Taz made me down 7 ports.
You drunk on those tablets as well?
No, I had...
No.
This is like 12 or...
But he's going to have to pick himself up if he doesn't want to be eliminated.
Burns.
Right, the advice that I'm going to give you is you're going to have to drink lots of fluid, as in water, and you're just going to have to really carry on and try to concentrate on what you're doing in there.
See how they shine.
Oh, if you need a friend. My approach to it when I was there, I wanted to treat it as a job because that was the only way I could approach it from. It's the only way I know, really. I treated it as a straight audition and approached it as a job, and that if I didn't get the job, then I'd go on to the next one, which is what you do with auditions. And yeah, I know a lot of people took it on board as this is my dream job, and like if this fails, then everything fails, and we'll just give up. Well, you can't do that, especially not in a business as fickle as this one, because you know if you do that, you get so many knocks, you get so many people putting their opinions on you. If you take everything like that on board, you don't ever get anywhere. So, you know, I did treat it as a job, and I didn't want to get emotional, just because, me personally, if I get like that, I won't be able to do anything anyway. It happened on my first audition when I was 16. You know, I went for an audition, and I got so overawed by the whole thing and so nervous that I just went red and couldn't sing. So I swore after that I'd never do that again.
Over troubled waters, I will lay me down.
With 23 people left and only 5 making it into the band, the pressure is on everyone, including Jessica.
There's some wicked people here, and it's very, very tough competition. And like, there's only 5 that are going to get through. There's only 5. The rest of us are going to get rejected.
Watching yourself on telly singing, it makes it 10 times worse. And then watching yourself on telly singing badly, multiply that by 100. So my flatmates were always there with, you know, with the wine, getting ready to watch Popstars. And the first 3 episodes, I couldn't sit beside them. After about 5 minutes and seeing, you know, some of the people that were being shown and the way they were depicted, I had to go into my room and close the door. And they were shouting at me from inside in the sitting room saying, "Who's that? And what was he like? And what was she like?" And I'd be shouting through the door back at them. So they think I'm a bit strange, but I couldn't sit with anybody and watch it. I just had to watch it on my own. I didn't want people examining me again, I suppose.
Being in a pop band isn't just about singing and dancing. The judges need to know that the final 5 can deal with the inevitable barrage of media hype and press attention.
Here's the band.
The groups have been told that they're attending a press conference for their new album. They don't know that the press have been briefed to give them a grilling.
Are you the new Steps?
No.
What are you then? The new...
We're the band.
We're the new us, the new band.
Right.
Absolutely.
I'm not a great Steps fan, no. I'm a big fan of our band.
How do you differ from Steps then?
We can sing for a start. Well, we can sing live.
Some people are saying that you mimed on Top of the Pops last week.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Where do you stand on the legalisation of cannabis?
My goodness, I mean, I don't really think that's really something that I can really have much to say about. I don't really know much about it.
It's a big political issue at the moment.
Excuse me?
It's a big political issue at the moment.
Absolutely, and if I was a politician, I suppose I'd be sort of talking politics.
The hopefuls answer well, but Jessica falls into their trap.
What did you take?
What have I taken? Yeah. I have smoked cannabis as a
Jessica, you're a role model to hundreds
Yes.
and hundreds of teenage kids who are looking to you to set an example. And
Exactly. And exactly.
How
and
are their parents meant to feel about that?
the example that I would set is that I've been through that, I've experienced it, and I have chosen to leave that behind.
Does that mean you had a habit?
No.
She was looking at me like, you are just dirt. It was really unnerving.
When was the last time you took drugs?
Do you think drugs should be banned?
Where did you get it from?
How long ago?
It was almost like, sort of, we want you to trip up, we want you to make a fool out of yourself.
The point that you made about drugs, if you'd said that at a real press conference, you would be on the front page of every tabloid tomorrow, just a photograph of you on your own saying that you approve of teenagers using drugs.
You have to remember that a press conference is not a job interview. You're not there to impress everybody in the room. It's completely fine to give one-word answers and just say no or yes or no comment or that's not for me to comment on.
You also have to remember that will stick with you forever. I don't do it anymore, and I know it is a mistake. It'd be easy for me to say that I regretted that, but I don't think that would do me any good to sort of look back on it and regret it, because I've learned a lot from it, you know, and I've gained a lot from going through that. So it was really, really a horrible time. It was a bad day for me.
We've had our ups and downs with the press. Some have been amazing articles, others have been not so good. And at first it did affect me. I did think, why are people being like this? Now I get up in the morning and go, so go on, what's next? What's in the papers today then? And I laugh about it. And I tend just to ignore it and stay away from it. It's the way of my dealing with it now. You know, I say, don't show me anything that's bad. You know, I just don't want to know.
It is kind of daunting to think that they're just trying to dig dirt on you all the time, and there are people out there whose living it is to dig dirt on you. It is kind of scary, but you know, you can't change you. You can't not be yourself. You know, you don't wake up in the morning and think, well, I'm not going to do this today because one day I might be a pop star. Do you know what I mean? So anything that any of us have done is done now, dusted history. We're looking to the future, not to what we've done in the past.
There were a few comments regarding me and my children and our relationship, and that really did sort of pull me down a little bit. But I just had to pick myself up. You know, I rang my parents on a number of occasions and said, have you read this, have you read that? And my mum said, look, as long as the children know and the children are happy, and as long as you know and you're happy, then that's all that matters.
This woman made up a story about me. Apparently when I was 17, that I'd slept with her and I'd sneaked her into my nan and granddad's house. And loads of things happened. I won't go into detail, according to this lady. And she was married and had 2 children. Now, there was a picture of her in the paper in this article. And initially I laughed, and I phoned up my nan and she was laughing. And she said, hello, you sex stud and all that. And we was laughing about it. But when I sat down and thought about it, I was thinking that it's weird that someone has gone to a paper and just made something up. And it's been printed, and that person's got money from it. And if I was in this position, she would probably done it to someone else, but she's making money out of something that I'm doing, which is a bit silly, I think. I don't understand that, but they're going to print it anyway, aren't they?
There have been stories in the press, you know, 99% of them have been wicked, and we've had a lot of support. And, you know, the 1% of the stories that aren't true, well, then you just laugh about them, you know. if you know, literally, it shouldn't affect you, because if you know the truth and if people close to you know the truth, then there's no reason that you've got anything to prove to anyone else.
As evening draws in, the judges have to make some harsh decisions about who will make it through to the final audition day.
I've basically got a list of 14 people that I'd like to keep, 7 guys and 7 girls.
Outside, the hopefuls have time to reflect on their performance while they wait to be called through.
It takes me a long while to learn harmonies, really. It takes me a while, so... but I've pinned it now. We've been doing like the dance routines, we've been doing it at the same time, like singing along with it. So I've pinned it down, but I think this morning when it counted, it didn't come out as that, so I just have to wait and see.
All she's got to pack is her dirty knickers.
No, I've packed them already in your bag.
I wondered what that smell was. Everyone thought it was my feet, but it's not.
Well.
I think it might be Judgment Day today.
Michelle's the first to be called to walk the Green Mile.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Can I say you win the award for the most nervous walk this week? Every day.
Sorry. It's like leading up to death. It's not bad, honestly.
It's really tough now because we've got to cut it right down for tomorrow. We've got to take everybody out that we don't think can make the final band. So you should feel very proud of yourself that you're coming back tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Nervous. Basically just nervous, man. It's just I didn't anticipate this today. I thought we was just gonna go home again. I didn't think anyone was getting eliminated. Obviously, I was wrong.
Really?
I'm fine. I'm feeling all right. I haven't got any nerves, which is worrying in itself. But I feel fine.
Michelle's made it, but her emotions get the better of her.
You told me you would cry. You did get through, you dad. Be happy.
Next up is Noel.
What's Noel doing tomorrow?
He's coming back.
Well, go away then.
See you in the morning. Bye.
Well done.
I knew that I felt that I was never going to get through because of the array of talent there, and wasn't quite sure actually what the judges were looking for. And every day that Green Mile was just getting more intense and intense. And even though it was on the show and, you know, and you saw it in, I don't know how long, a 2-minute period, we were waiting in that room for like 2.5 hours some days. And especially me and Marlene, because we were always last on the list.
Hi, Danny.
Danny.
Do you ever stop smiling, Danny? When you sleep, you probably sleep, you're smiling, don't you?
He puts the teeth in the glass and they keep smiling.
You're going to stay smiling because we're going to see you tomorrow. All right. Thanks. Keep smiling.
That's it.
All week, Tony's been having problems projecting his voice.
Did you enjoy today?
Yeah, I had fun.
You did very well on the press conference.
Yeah, very good.
Very well.
I was really pleased as well. Your vocals are changing a little bit now, and you're not squeezing it out of a tight throat. You worked really hard at that today, and I was pleased with that. Good. See you tomorrow.
I've changed hugely, and I think I've learned more perspective. I have a different perspective on the whole industry, the whole business, and my chances of succeeding are actually more encouraged now than I ever was, no matter what anybody said about me during the programme, because I don't know, I was able to put things into perspective. You think it's such a huge wall to climb or hill to climb, and it's not really. If you can, in my opinion, if you can dance all right and you can sing all right and you can write a good song, well then the rest will fall into place.
Hi, Warren. We think you've done really well this week, Warren, but we're not going to ask you to come back tomorrow.
Well done anyway, you did really well. Let's get this one.
You have done well this week, but you're not going to make our final band.
Am I next on the list?
Loved the press conference. Loved it. I felt really real.
You felt what, sorry?
I felt like I was really in there. Do you know what I mean? You had to make up things, so it was quick imagination, maybe go with the flow. You know,
Taz, mate, we're not going to ask you to stay.
No.
I don't want to be here. I wish they'd do it another way, like leave you a note in your room, please go home. And then I don't have to see everybody be so sad, and I don't have to. So I'm just trying to hide.
I didn't get it, guys. It's cool.
Since her press conference revelations, Jessica has been convinced she wouldn't survive the day.
You okay, Jessica?
I'm a bit emotional, actually.
How's it gone for you today? How do you think?
The press conference was a learning experience.
Were you upset by that?
Yeah, it was a shock. You know, it was a shock to be sort of to have someone just go and just snatch on what you say and let you.
Writhe.
I felt like I made a fool out of myself, really. After that.
Nothing wrong with making a mistake in life. Take it as a positive. You've tried it, you don't like it anymore, and you don't do it anymore.
I know what not to do, definitely.
Put that into practice tomorrow when you come back to see us.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Confidence.
Can't believe it, actually.
Why?
Then my bags are packed. I don't want to do this to you. You've had enough.
I've gone.
Sorry.
You're the first one today. I need a tissue.
I'm sorry, because I was going to leave before I started again.
It's an emotional time. Well done. We'll see you tomorrow.
Well done.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Bloody hell.
She got me. Well and truly.
Seeing people coming in, getting through, going out, was just really horrific on both sides, because you couldn't, if you got through, it was very hard to say, yes, I got through, because there would be someone next to you saying, do you know, I didn't get through. And there was a lot of emotion there.
God. I know. God, as soon as you saw her face as she walked in, what must they be going through in that other room?
Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Jesus Christ. Sorry.
We'd love to see you tomorrow.
Don't do it, babe. Thank you. Can I go?
Thank you.
I'm through. Oh my God.
Rowan, we're not going to ask you back tomorrow. We think you're a great talent, otherwise you wouldn't have been here this week.
Please just think you're not right for this project.
No, I had a great time, and just want to say thanks for the opportunity that you gave me. And if I do decide to pursue my music career, it would be all down to this and down to you, so I just want to say thanks.
Please do. Please keep going.
Thanks.
Lovely meeting you.
You too.
Well done.
Thanks. Thanks, Paul.
Tomorrow's going to be hell. Oh, God, give us a take. I know. You're not meant to see us like this. We're meant to be completely in control.
Look, just go home and come back tomorrow, all right?
See you tomorrow. Well
See you tomorrow.
done.
Well
done
done.
on a good day.
You did really well today. Really pleased with you. Oh, God.
And then we were all fine until we did Raymond, and you could just see he's absolutely shattered. And you do think, my God, has he lost what he had because of us? And I really hope not. You know, this week they'll have had more training and more experiences than most people who go for auditions. And if we think that people come out of here and get put off for life, that's a really, really bad thing. And I hope tomorrow when he looks back, he will still be gutted. But I really hope he doesn't give up, because he has got a great voice.
Their performance today may be the last chance they get to impress the judges.
I know who I want in the 10. I don't know who Nikki wants or who Nigel wants.
Can you tell us then who the four that you...
No. I think she's, no. I'm not sure. I might change my mind.
The pressure is becoming unbearable for some of the hopefuls.
I would think I might be going today. That's the kind of mood I'm in.
Danny lost it at the end again.
The judges have always liked Danny, but he's losing his confidence.
And I think he's in awe, because he's not, show busy in any way. I think he's in awe of everyone else that's around.
It's crying.
There was one point where I was going to go home because I thought, what's the point of getting yourself through all this kind of stress when you know you're not going to get there? But you actually see in the show, Nigel came up to me and said, you need to get it together, you need to pull your confidence up a bit more. And if a judge's saying that to you, then really you've got to listen to what they're saying because they know exactly what they're looking for.
Come on, I need you to get back up there quickly, huh? Yeah, no, really, keep it up.
Tuna. Because tuna sandwiches are the nicest ones, and I've never had one yet. But I tried one. I sampled someone's delicious tuna sandwich, and since then I've been trying to find...
Even though people are laughing and happy and joking, it's all a big front because inside they just feel like crying, because they know somebody's got to go today. And you're partly hoping it's not you, but then if it's not you, you're feeling for the other people that it is. So you have mixed emotions, and so everyone is tense, and there's something in the air.
I don't see how I could take Tony. He hasn't got a very good voice.
Yeah, I'd have to take Keaton over Tony.
Like a bridge over troubled water.
But the overall look for Tony is
Bright,
great.
He looks good.
And it fits more than Ian. And when it comes down to cosmetics, that's what it is.
He's going to be right, by the way, so we'll have to,
Yeah.
I'll have to turn him again. Is this okay doing this, Nigel?
See Ian in the final band. And if you put him in that 10, he has an opportunity of being in that final band.
Well, let's go and hear Tony sing again. Tony sang awfully a minute ago, Nigel.
Listen, I don't disagree with you.
The second track, he was...
Look, all I'm saying to you is, with a vocal coach, I think he will get there.
And he did say that.
That's all you've got to go with.
And he did say that this morning.
I'm taking an expert's opinion.
Did Annie say that?
Yeah, she did, generally. She said, no doubt, Ian has a fantastic voice. And when she came to Tony, she said Tony could work. He needs opening up.
Is that Annie turned around of her own volition and said, I think he'd be better selling me a used car. And that I do not want in the band.
What's the matter with used car dealers?
They don't sell that many records.
I feel pretty confident, actually. Yeah, I think I can go all the way. I'm hoping anyway.
If it happens for me, it happens. If not, I'll go home, sleep for 3 days. I'll be disappointed. I'd like to see a pop star when I look in the mirror, and not just me. But 3 days' time, I'll turn the radio on again, hear Van Morrison, and I'll be at the next audition.
The judges have made their final selection.
Okay. We just want to listen to some more groups. We're going to try in different configurations, okay? So we'd like Tony, Danny, Michelle, Jessica, and Suzanne. Okay. Can we have Noel, Kevin, Kim, Mylene, and Kelly? We're only going to do one number. Which one do you prefer? Bridge over troubled water. Okay.
The two groups of 5 think they've been called out to perform, but Nigel's actually separated them because they've got through to the final round.
Okay.
The judges now have to break the news to the 4 that haven't made it.
Guys, we're here to say that you're not in our 10 for the day. Thank you very much for coming this far, for everything that you've done, and for being so fantastic. David, thank you so much. So exactly behind, we need to see the look of you, just in the groups that you should be in. Okay.
We're too sorry. Your eyes, I will dry them all.
Can you face each other? Can you congratulate yourselves on being the final 10? Well done.
See how they shine. If you need a friend, I'll stay right behind.
Mama. I'm in the last 10. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
Of the 10 contenders left, 5 will be told they're in the band. For the other 5, there's bad news. The judges thought that the best way to tell everybody was to visit them at home and let them know in person. For the 10 contenders, there's a nail-biting wait for the doorbell to ring.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
All right, not so bad.
Thanks for waiting. Come have a seat.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on this day. Cheers.
How are you feeling?
Oh, God. Absolutely petrified.
It is very difficult for the 3 judges because the final 10 that we got down to, you saw yourself the talent, you know. Anybody in that 10 could be in the band. We have to get it down to 5. So I am saying that to you that you haven't made the final 5.
Right. Okay.
It was difficult. You didn't do anything wrong.
That's the truth. We thought all 10 of you were great.
Yeah.
But what we're looking for is the overall look of a band, the way it works together, the way personalities work together. And we have to be hard and we have to make that final judgment.
In Kim's house, the waiting has become unbearable.
The thing is, like, you've done your best and you've got this far, and, you know, we're just happy that you've got this far. And anything else is a bonus, really, isn't it, you know? So...
Proud of you, love, no matter
Yeah,
whether you get this or not. So proud. Don't start me off.
I'm just going to cry again now. Behave.
Oh. I'm sorry about that. Just can't help it.
Hey, how are you, Kim? You okay?
Yeah, not too bad,
Good.
thanks. How are you?
Good. Cold.
Around this way.
How are you feeling?
Terrible.
You nervous?
Sick, yeah.
Oh, how have you been the last week?
Just horrible. I can't... Do you know what I mean? Not being able to sleep properly and stuff, and especially last night was the worst.
Obviously, you were down to the last 10, as you know. Got my breath now. And it's very tough for us now because obviously we have to, you know, everyone's obviously as we discussed before.
Yeah.
Everyone's got such strong voices now and you know, good personalities, and so I'm afraid you're going to have to move down to London for a few months.
Oh, you're joking.
And join the group.
Oh my God.
Well done.
That's brilliant. Oh, God. I can't believe it. I just can't believe I hate you for that.
So I can only do it you. I wasn't going to do it anyone else, but I couldn't.
Oh my God. I just can't believe it, actually.
In the kitchen, Kim's mum is beginning to think it's a yes.
Cheers. I'm sure she has. She has.
Oh, God, I can't believe it. Oh, love.
Hi, Michelle. How are you? I'm freezing.
I bet you are. It's cold in the northeast.
Hello, how do you do? I'm Nigel. Hi.
I'm
Pleased to meet you. Hi. Pleased to meet you. Where are you going? Listen, I owe you a big thank you for last week.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, we thought you did brilliantly throughout it, which was terrific. Which is obviously why you're in the final 10. But I know you don't want me to beat about the bush, because the judge's decision's important to you. So I won't. I'm afraid you haven't been chosen for the band. And I'm sorry.
Okay.
Give it your best shot.
I thought you would have gotten it. I thought you would have gotten it.
You right?
Yeah.
We're still going to have a glass of champagne to celebrate, aren't we? She got this far. We're really proud that she got this far anyway. Okay.
It's all right. You've done very well. We're very proud of you.
It was a tough decision. And we looked at everybody. There was not one person that we could have said wasn't right for the band in that last 10. So we weren't looking in the negative side. We were just looking at positives all the time. What was it? Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, start all over again.
Don't know. Don't think I've got the energy to do it again.
Of course you have.
I do feel a bit proud, but to be quite honest with you, at the moment I'm just gutted.
Hello,
Hi,
Nigel.
Suzanne. How are you?
I'm not too bad. How are
Nice
you?
to see you. Very cold.
I bet you are.
I'm very tired.
Oh, I bet you are too. I've heard about your travels.
Yes. Got to say hello to everyone. And Nan, pleased to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you.
How do you do?
All right, nice to see you.
Hi.
Hiya.
With the niceties over, it's down to business.
I'll be totally honest with you, okay? You split the judge's decision, in truth.
Right.
You're the only one that split the judge's decision. You and another girl were brilliant, but we had to judge you against somebody else.
Yeah.
And you split us 2 and 1, and 2 went for one girl, 1 went for another, and the one was eventually persuaded to go with the other 2, and I think everyone was delighted with the eventual decision.
Yeah.
But, you know, you were all great, so it was really hard for us to make that decision. But the other judges have sent up this for you, and we hope you like it.
Thank you very much.
It's the keys to the house. Welcome to the band.
Really? Oh my God! Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh my God.
Oh dear.
Oh God, that is crazy. Because I really thought when you were saying that, then I thought, oh, they've obviously gone with somebody else now. Oh, look at them. I'm talking.
Oh dear. Well done.
No, I didn't know.
Thank you. And a dry eye in the house.
You saw yourself with the auditions, you know, we got down to the final 10 and everybody in that final 10 could be in the final band. That's the problem. We do have to get it down to 5. So I'm afraid I am here to say that you haven't made it to the final 5, Kelly.
Okay.
I thought I'd tell you straight away, it's difficult. We think you are an absolute star and we very much see you as a solo artist. And when we're looking, it is so difficult because there aren't really reasons why someone doesn't make the final band, because if there were, we'd have got rid of them days and days ago.
Okay.
Anything you want to ask me?
No, I don't think so.
Sure. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure we won't be hearing the last of you. We'll be seeing you. But thank you, and thank you for taking part in it.
No problem.
I hope you've got something else out of it as well. Something positive.
Right.
All right.
Cheers, Nikki.
Okay.
Take care.
All the best, okay? And again, thank you for everything.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Okay.
Meanwhile, in Cardiff, Paul has arrived with news for Noel, and his mum is wishing him luck one last time.
Take care. Well, he better take care if he tells you no, anyway.
As you know, we're down to the... it's been tough. It has been tough with the guys. You know, it's been tough to try and differentiate. Because of the quality of the voices, as we've discussed before. But you're in. Oh, my God. Well done, mate. Congratulations. I'm in.
Oh my God!
No, I can't.
Oh my God, my babe! Oh!
Great.
Oh, the bonus ball just came. The only thing I ever won was a bottle of sherry when I was 10. Oh, you clever baby.
Hello.
On a very
wet. Oh, dear. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Danny. You right?
Danny takes Nicky through to the lounge while his mum, Tracy, and his aunt and cousin wait anxiously in the kitchen.
And obviously for us, it's, as I said before, it's very difficult to make sure you find the right mix. I believe that Nigel, Paul and I have found that right mix. And I'm pleased to say that you are one of the 5.
Oh, my...
Well done.
I'm not going to cry.
I'm not. You're allowed to, but I'm not. How do you feel?
I just want to say thanks for this opportunity, really.
That's okay.
I don't know what to say. It's hard. I didn't think I could do this. I really didn't. Just got to say thanks.
You did it,
Thank
not
you.
me. Well done. Happy?
Oh, can I go and tell them? I did it.
Well done.
Oh, God.
How mad is that? Oh, you're all crying now. I just said now I'm not going to cry. I've done enough of that.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Okay. It's like afternoon now.
Did you get any sleep last night?
A bit.
Did
But,
you?
yeah.
Not much?
Not much.
I must admit, I didn't get much sleep last night.
You
Hi
know my
again.
friend John?
Yeah, we
You're
met
right.
before. Nice to meet you again. So is this my chair then?
think so,
This
yeah.
is it.
Hello.
How are you, okay?
All right, yeah.
Good to see you.
Thanks.
You're right.
Good to see you.
With only one place left in the band, only one of the judges is bringing good news.
Good evening. Hello, Tony. Nice to see you.
This is
Hello,
my mum,
Mrs.
Marie.
London.
Hello. Yeah, my father.
How do you do?
Very welcome.
Marie?
Marie.
Marie, hi.
Hi.
Sorry
Hi.
I'm so cold.
Oh, God love you. Stand in there.
Yeah.
Stand in.
By the fire.
For Jessica, Tony and Mylene, the moment of truth has arrived.
It's been very difficult to choose between the girls because they are all so strong, and everyone we've asked to go into 10 has a chance of being in the 5. But we're not going to ask you to be in the 5.
Unfortunately, we do feel as though you need that vocal coach, and consequently, we're not going to ask you to be in the band.
Okay.
You've made it to the final 5.
Tough though, God, tough. I was shaking before I went in there. I'm going to go to the toilet. I don't now. I did a minute ago. So that was very, very tough. Because she's a great girl, Jessica. Great girl.
You're so welcome.
This is the house the band will be living in for the next 3 months. The idea is that it's large and secluded enough that they can stay undercover until it's time to reveal their identities to the media.
Danny.
The first to arrive is Danny.
Good to see you.
Hey, Vince.
Where are your bags? In the back. Let's get them. You're the first to arrive?
Aye.
Yeah.
But he's soon joined by Mylene.
Oh, congratulations.
And then Noel.
Hey, buddy, all right?
When Suzanne and Kim arrive, the band are finally together in their new home.
Come on, Kimberly, quick. Oh, God, it's gorgeous. Hello. I'm fine, how are you?
Good. Shall we get your bags? Can we get someone to help you? Can I have some help out here, please? Girls? Girls? I've got some help.
Nigel welcomes them with a celebratory drink and a quick tour of the house.
Good health. God bless.
And you.
Many happy times here. This is the living room. Check it out.
Wow. Amazing.
This is the studio. And the conservatory dining room. The drawing room.
Oh, God!
That's a little downstairs cloakroom.
Oh, look at the mirrors there. You can watch yourself on the toilet.
Boys' room.
Sweet darling.
Oh, good. So any smells, make them in there.
Single room. It's huge built-in wardrobes too.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel used to share.
Oh my God.
Quick. It'll be forever otherwise. Be lucky. Be lucky.
Be lucky.
You've been very lucky, all of you. Well done.
Thank you, Nigel.
God bless. See you tomorrow.
Nigel leaves and the band are finally alone together. Only time will tell how everything turns out.
Come on then, give us your calls. Get rid of that rough skin. Come on.
Everyone's really happy. You can sense everyone's tired because they've travelled from all over the places up there. Just over the moon to be here, I think. And finally, now we've kind of all just gone, we've done it. We got down to the final 5. Right, heads is you share with Kim, and tails is she shares.
Heads.
Tails.
I share with Kim.
Yeah. We only really know what's happening for the next 2 days, and we don't really know what's going to happen for the next, like, 3 or 4 weeks, whatever. So it's a bit scary. Who's moving furniture about in our house?
The poltergeist.
Don't even start with that one. You're on your own, remember?
Someone's just literally just handed you a house, a mobile phone, a piano room, everything, and just said, okay, this is where you're going to be staying now. It's just, that's not a normal day.
Oh! Am I in a dream? Is this really happening to me? Because it seems so surreal. The whole thing is like crazy.
How's that? Is that slightly better? It's beautiful now, Noel. Beautiful. It's no different, but it's beautiful.
Got all the difference, didn't he?
Oh my God, that looks fabulous.
I've still got a lot of anxiety. I really want to do this, I really want to do this, but I know there's a long way to go.
I'm not wanting to change. I want to stay myself. And as long as I've got my family behind, which I know I have, they can give me a slap every time I say, oh, I'm this, I'm that. You know, I've got them there to support me. And I just want to have my family life, my private life, to be normality.
I think I've become a bit more confident because somebody's actually, instead of being a wannabe who was going, oh, I can sing, and you've got to hear me. I'm quite comfortable just to sit back now and go, well, people know what I can do. And that's quite a nice position to be in. I feel quite at ease now.
I was told so many times, do you know what the chances are? Do you know what your chances are of being a pop star or being a singer? If I'd have listened to those people, you just wouldn't get anywhere. I wouldn't have got anywhere. But instead, they helped me, those people, because I thought, I'll show you.
Each and every one of us are known for our individuality and being ourselves. People have seen us at 6 o'clock in the morning wake up and go, and people have seen our highs, people have seen our lows. And therefore, you can't really put on a pretense because people have seen you through the show and they know you for Danny or Noel or Kim or Suzanne, Marlene. They just know us for who we are. And so to take your feet off the ground after you've got in the band and now we're doing all this would be silly because the public know us for us.
I can understand how it could be so easy to just fall into the trap of thinking, oh, look at me. It could be so easy. But when you've got kids, you have to be realistic. You've got to think about them. They always come first. They will always come first with me, no matter what. If something happened which meant I had to either go home and be a mum or never see them again, then I would be at home.
Even if we just have a one-hit wonder and we crash and burn, I'm always going to be that Noel from the TV show, aren't I? Which is kind of a scary thought.